What is up, anybody? It's your boy Gorillabuds here again, coming at you with my first ever YouTube video. Basically, just gonna give you a quick intro about myself and what I plan to be doing with the channel, what sort of content you can expect to get from me. So quick background about me in case you happen to be interested in knowing who you're listening to. I'm 23 years old. I have a beautiful wife. We've been married for coming up on 2 years. I've got a 7-month, almost 8-month-old baby boy. He's amazing. And I work overnights right now at a manual labor job, basically. I've played RuneScape on and off since 2004. I've always played to PK, you know, other than my very first account back when the Grand Exchange wasn't even around, and I was fishing 1,000 lobsters for a buddy's brother of mine just to get 200k to go buy some rune. Yeah. Anyways, a few years ago, my girlfriend at the time, wife now, told me I could play RuneScape again. We were at our own place, basically just moved in there, and we didn't have internet set up. We were able to kind of slide in on some Wi-Fi that was being picked up from our house, and that wasn't enough to run my PlayStation, so I was basically just kind of sitting around bored, and she was like, well, why don't you try playing RuneScape again? And little did she know what she was getting into there. Because I got on RuneScape 3 at the time. I don't think Oldschool Runescape was quite out yet, but I got on RuneScape 3 at the time. They had redone the tutorial island. They had fixed what was, in my opinion, the issues with EOC. Basically got sucked into the game hardcore. Played 2 years on RuneScape 3. Maxed out my combat stats in my Slayer, and basically played the heck out of that game for 2 years before my buddy had told me that Oldschool Runescape was out and it was popping off pretty hard. What a douchenberg. Got him. Have no idea how. All these people flying around. So my buddy told me about Oldschool Runescape and how PKing was on here, and man, I came on here and absolutely love it. PKing is exactly how I remember it being back in the day. Great times coming in, and that's coming into explaining basically the content that you're going to be getting from me is a ton of PK. That was so scuffed. Whatever, I'll take it. This is basically the account that you're going to be seeing do a lot of the PKing. I'm not a big old YouTuber yet. I'm not a big old streamer yet. I don't have tons of friends with tons of max PKers that they'll all just let me borrow. You know what I'm saying? I've been grinding on this account for a while. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm gonna give you my plans on what I can do with this account, grind wise and level wise. So, all right. So my stats right now, as I sit, are 50 attack, 82 strength, 86 range, 70 combat, 15 prayer, and 77 hit points. If I jump over to a calculator, which you can find online, if I jump over to the calculator, it says I'm 64.14, and if I move my combat stats around from where they're at right now, and I keep my hit points level at 77, I can get up to 84 strength, I can get up to 89 range, and I can get up to 89 mage, and still be level 64 combat. Granted, at that point in time, I'll be 1 attack or strength, 1 hit points or defense, 1 range, or 1 mage level from leveling up my combat, but this is like basically where you want to get before you go out PKing. This would be like my max stats at my hit points level for me to go out PKing. A little bit unreasonable because having to do another 3 levels of range cannoning and 2 levels of strength, you know, at the Warriors Guild barreling or you know, what have you, not entirely manageable. So let's go ahead and move my hit points level up to 80, which would be more reasonable for me to assume this is where my hit points level would be. So I'd be at 65.5 combat. So instead of at 64 combat, I'd have 3 extra hit points level, only 1 combat level. And now if we look at this, I can now gain 2 attacker strength, 2 range. So technically, I could even go up to 85 strength, which I think then boosts my max by 1. But this is just basically how I determine where I'm going next with my PK build. I'm not going to be staying at 77 hit points. It's not reasonable. I PK all the time, which trains your hit points. The Revenants have been somewhat rebuffed, so I train hit points there. I mean, I'm training hit points everywhere, so Magic will be one thing that I probably don't train hit points with, but even that, this is absolutely ridiculous. I've got like 40k ALKs to go. Don't even have 40k ALKs banked. I'm not super rich or anything. I'll just give you a quick look at my bank before I close the video entirely, because I am far from rich. If we look at the total tab here, we're looking at 30.8 million, but you gotta look, you know, a lot of that's in this PK gear. 7 million of it, so you've only got a 1.4 million cash stack, you know, toxic blowpipe, some loot from revs, you know, nothing major. So that's basically it with this video. I'm just trying to get my YouTube channel out there, you guys, so I can start posting videos on stuff that's happening in game. You know, there's a lot of stuff been going on that I've had opportunities to video and get out to you guys some really dope things, but I just don't even have my channel created yet to do that. So alright, just want to give a big thanks to anybody who managed to make it to the end of this video. I know it was a whole lot of talking and not a whole lot of content. Future videos won't be like this. I just wanted to get this out here so someday we could all look back and reminisce on where it all began. So like and subscribe if you feel compelled to do so. Also, I'm going to try and read all of the comments, so please let me know how you think I could do better down below. Goodbye. Nailed it.